In the village of Umuoka, people feared the river after sunset. Not because of crocodiles. Not because of drowning. But because something ancient lived beneath its waters. They called her River Mami. A spirit of beauty. A giver of blessings. A punisher of greed. And they said if she ever gifted you a waist bead, your destiny would change forever. One moonless night, a poor girl named Adanna went to the river to cry. She was hungry. Her mother was sick. And the man she loved had chosen a rich chief's daughter. As her tears dropped into the water, the river began to glow. A woman rose from the water, covered in gold, eyes shining like moonlight. She tied a sacred waist bead around Adanna's waist. Then whispered one rule. Never remove it. Never let a man touch it. And never return to this river on a blood moon. The first two rules were easy. The third would destroy everything. Adanna was poor, but her spirit was not broken. She lived with her sick mother in a crumbling hut at the edge of Umuoka. Some nights they slept hungry. Yet people whispered destiny followed the girl. Even Obina once told her, "One day your story will be bigger than this village." Then he chose a richer woman. And Adanna's heart broke. That heartbreak led her to the river. To River Mami. To the sacred waist bead. And the 3 terrible rules. Soon miracles followed. Our mother recovered. Their farm flourished. Favor chased her footsteps. But an old herbalist warned. That bead is covenant, not ornament. Then drummers announced the blood moon was coming. And Adanna remembered the forbidden third rule. For the first time, her blessing felt dangerous. And faith began moving. As the blood moon approached, strange things began happening. The waist bead tightened by itself. Sometimes warm. Sometimes cold. At night, Adanna heard splashing outside her hut. Though nobody was there, her mother noticed. Something follows you, she whispered. But Adanna hid the truth. Then Obina returned. Not as friend, but as a man in love. He began bringing fish, helping her mother, waiting by the path. And slowly, Adanna's guarded heart softened. One evening he said, "Marry me." She almost said yes. But fear held her tongue. How could she explain the sacred bead? The rules. The spirit. Then Addis began plotting. She went to a dark priest. "I want Adanna ruined." The priest gave her powder. And said, "Find the source of her favor. Break it." Addis began spying. One day, she saw the strange glow beneath Adanna's wrapper. The waist bead. Her jealousy deepened. Meanwhile, the blood moon drew near. 3 nights before, Adanna dreamed River Mami again. The spirit rose furious. "Do not come near the river when the moon bleeds." Adanna woke sweating. But trouble had already begun. Her mother collapsed. Suddenly ill. Worse than before. The village healer shook his head. Only river herbs can save her before dawn. And those herbs grew. By the forbidden river. Adanna's heart pounded. Was this a test? Obey the spirit. Or save her mother? Before she could choose, Addis visited pretending kindness. "There is medicine near the river," she said. "Hurry before midnight." A trap. Though Adanna did not know. Obina begged. "Don't go tonight. Something feels wrong." But a daughter will risk anything for her mother. She ran toward the river. Clouds covered the sky. Wind roared. Dogs howled. And slowly, the moon turned red. Blood moon. The forbidden night. At the riverbank, the water looked black. Still. Watching. Adanna gathered herbs quickly. Then heard a voice. Soft. Familiar. Calling her name. Adanna. She turned. No one. Again. Adanna. The river moved. Then River Mami rose. But not beautiful. Terrifying. Eyes blazing. Hair moving like snakes. You broke the rule. Adanna fell trembling. My mother. Every broken covenant asks a price. Water sword. Then another voice shouted. Obinna. He had followed her. He ran to pull her away. His hand touched her waist. Touched the sacred bead. Second rule broken. The bells screamed. The river exploded. Obinna was thrown backward. Adanna collapsed. River Mami's voice thundered. 2 rules broken. The debt must be paid. And then she vanished. Leaving silence. But the nightmare had only begun. The next morning, Adanna's beauty changed. Her eyes shimmered strangely. Her reflection sometimes looked underwater. People whispered she was cursed. Fish began appearing at her doorstep. Wet footprints led from the river to her hut. And every midnight, the waist bead rang by itself. Obinna said, "We must destroy it." But the old herbalist returned. "No," he warned. "If the covenant is broken wrongly, she belongs to the river forever." Then he revealed a secret. River Mami was once a woman betrayed by men. She blesses women, but tests loyalty. Only one thing can free you. Return the bead willingly. During the next moon. Before the spirit claims you. But there was one problem. If she returned the bead, all blessings would vanish. Poverty would return. Her mother might die. Everything lost. And now Adanna faced a terrible choice. Keep supernatural wealth. And belong to the river. Or surrender everything. To be free. The village split in 2. Some said, "Keep the gift. Who gives up fortune?" Others whispered, "No blessing should cost your soul." Adanna could not sleep. At night, she heard songs from the river calling her. Sweet. Dangerous. Come home. Come home. Even her mother noticed. "My daughter. Your eyes look far away." Adanna finally told her everything. Her mother wept. Then said something shocking. "Better poor and alive than rich and owned." But Obinna had another plan. "Let me go with you. Face the spirit together." Adanna shook her head. "This debt is mine." Yet love had changed him. He refused to abandon her. As the next moon approached, Adis made one last move. Driven by envy, she tried stealing the waist bead while Adanna slept. The moment she touched it, her hand burned. She screamed, collapsed, and confessed all. The poison, the trap, the lies. The village was shocked. But Adanna did not curse her. She simply said, "Jealousy punishes itself." Then came the final moon. Adanna dressed in white. Like sacrifice. The whole village watched her walk toward the river. Some cried. Some prayed. Obinna followed despite her protest. At the bank, the water opened. River Mami rose. Magnificent. Terrible. "Have you come as daughter? Or prisoner?" Adanna removed the waist bead. Hands shaking. "I return what was never truly mine." The spirit smiled faintly. Then asked, "Will you give up riches? Protection? Power?" Adanna answered, "Yes. I choose freedom." But then the spirit tested her. "If you return it, Your mother may die. Your poverty returns. Your lover may leave. Silence. Obinna stepped forward. I will not leave. River Mami stared, as if measuring truth. Then gave one final challenge. Throw the bead into the river yourself. Adanna lifted it. The beads glowed, trying to tempt her, showing visions, palaces, gold, queenship, power, everything she could become. One throw, and all gone. Her hand trembled. This was the true decision. Not poverty or wealth. Destiny. Or freedom. And she made her choice. She threw it into the river. And the water roared. The sky darkened. The river swallowed Adanna. But beneath the water she stood before River Mami in a hidden palace. This was your true test, the spirit said. Many choose power. You chose freedom. Adanna was offered riches and immortality. She refused. She chose her people. At dawn she returned alive. And blessing followed the village. Rain came in drought. Harvest returned. Peace settled. People called her the river chosen. Adis begged forgiveness. Adanna forgave. Obinna married her. Years later a daughter was born with a blue mark around her waist. The covenant had become legacy. But destiny still held one final revelation. Many years later, Adanna was old. Her daughter grown. Then another blood moon came. The strongest in decades. The river roared all night. And villagers ran to Adanna. The water is rising. Floods threatened to swallow Umuoka. People panicked. Adanna knew. This was no ordinary flood. It was a calling. She took the hidden blue bead. For the first time in years. And walked to the river. Alone. Obinna, now old too, tried stopping her. She smiled. It is time. At the bank. Waters towered. Like living walls. Then River Mami rose. Greater than before. Ancient. Radiant. The covenant comes full circle. Adanna asked. Why flood my people? The spirit answered. Because men have polluted sacred waters. Broken respect. The river demands balance. Then she gave impossible choice. Offer the blue bead. And the flood stops. But you return with me forever. Or save yourself. And let the village drown. One final sacrifice. Adanna did not hesitate. She held the bead up. Obinna screamed from shore. No. She looked back. Smiled. The same smile from youth. Then dropped the bead into the river. Instantly. Waters calmed. Flood vanished. Moon brightened. But Adanna began walking into the river. Not sinking. Walking. Toward River Mami. Her daughter cried. The village knelt. As she disappeared into glowing water. Adanna's voice echoed. Protect what is sacred. Then gone. Only silence. At dawn. The river was peaceful. And at the shore lay one thing. A new waist bead. For her daughter. The covenant had passed. And people knew. Adanna had become legend. Not victim. Guardian. The poor girl once mocked by life. Had become daughter of the river. Forever. Till today. Elders in Umuoka tell this story when girls fetch water. They point to the river and warn. Never treat sacred gifts carelessly. Because one easy rule to break can change generations. Some say during blood moons. A beautiful woman wearing blue beads rises from the river. Not River Mami. Adanna. Watching. Guarding. Waiting. Fishermen claim when storms threaten. A woman's voice warns them home. Women abandoned by cruel husbands pray at the river, and sometimes find blue shells by morning. Signs, they say, from Adanna. And mothers tell daughters, beauty is not your power. Wealth is not your power. Obedience, sacrifice, character, that is power. Because Adanna was offered riches, spirit queenship, immortality. Yet she chose freedom, then chose her people. Twice. And that made her greater than queens. Even Addis, once consumed by envy, became keeper of the river shrine. Her punishment became service. And every year, women danced there with waist beads, singing old river songs. Songs said to come from beneath water. But elders always lower their voices at one part. They say, there was a hidden meaning in the 3 rules. Never remove the bead. Do not throw away sacred favor. Never let a man touch it. Do not let love make you betray destiny. Never return on blood moon. Do not walk into temptation thinking you are strong enough. Simple rules. Easy to break. Just as River Mami said. And maybe that is why this story survives. Because everyone has a sacred rule they think is harmless to break. Until consequences come. But this tale also teaches something deeper. Even when Adanna broke the rule, redemption was still possible. Through courage. Through sacrifice. Through choosing right when wrong seems easier. That is why old women smile and say, the river does not only punish. It also purifies. And if you ever visit Umuoka, never laugh when people avoid the river on blood moon nights. Because some swear, if moonlight touches the water just right, you will hear tiny bells. And see blue light moving beneath the current. And if a woman's voice whispers, protect what is sacred. Do not answer. Walk home. Because some stories are not just stories. Some are warnings. And some nights, River Mami still gives waist beads. But remember, there is always one rule that seems easy to break. And that is where destiny waits. The end.